This is a sponsored video because I gotta save up money for my studio. And good golly gee, what should an aspiring studio-owning business person like me be using to prepare for the hardships of businessing? Perhaps today's sponsor, Morning Brew. Morning Brew is a free Monday through Sunday newsletter service with a focus on finance, tech, and various business insider tips. Freelancer, manager, just a student to learn the business of the business? Morning Brew might be right for you. I used to spend my mornings just idly staring at the drywall while I waited for my brain to boot up. But with Morning Brew, I can absorb various useful tips and tricks through osmosis until I can finish reading over my morning cup of coffee. Sometimes I even have time to read it twice just to make sure I'm really absorbing it, because it's just that quick and easy. Takes me maybe 5 or 10 minutes to get caught up on a whole day's worth of news. I get to learn fun things like how Roblox hit an all-time market high because they partnered with a larger company to make Nerf guns. And I'm not really sure I would have come across that news without it jumping conveniently into my mailbox. Since signing up, my brain's become so big and massive that now when I stare at the drywall in the mornings, instead of just having a blank brain, I can think of such big and complicated words as asbestos and mesothelioma. And maybe one day after reading more Morning Brew, I'll know what those words mean. Brush up on your knowledge of a wide variety of business practices and even learn some new ones by subscribing for free today. Takes 15 seconds. You have no reason not to. Thank you again to Morning Brew for keeping me in the know and for sponsoring this video. And now on with the show. Guess what I got my hands on? Boom. Alright, let's unbox these babies. That's the joke. They all... The same 6 come in all of them. That's fine. Let's just get started. So, SANRIO. Did you get your hands on these cards? I sure did, but not at Target. I had to buy from scalpers online. I actually bought 2 scalped packs online, thinking I would give one away, but so this was my second pack. So much for that, I guess. I got fucking scammed out of a whole $20 for that. Honestly, I'm sort of attached to the stupid little things now, so sorry, guys, no giveaway. What the fuck? Anyway, howdy, hey, I'm Ray. We've done this series before. There's 2 before this, and we're just gonna continue it. We're just gonna keep going. The first thing I did for all these human SANRIO designs was I had to change up the card background. I guess I didn't have to redo the backgrounds, but the perfectionist in me insisted. I had been using just the same recreation of the amiibo card backgrounds for the 2 videos before this, but SANRIO ones, all the welcome amiibo ones, they're all horizontal and in trucks. I didn't want to make the backgrounds horizontal because that would be super lame for just showing off a singular character design. So I got a little bit creative and I merged the card designs like this. I tried to do my best. I think they're pretty okay. From there, we're just going to go in numerical order, which means we're starting with Rilla, that is a starting point. Okay, I want to talk about that. Of course, I know that unfortunately, even in a game as innocent and adorable as Animal Crossing, there are some, weird design choices that I personally don't feel like it's really my place to make a judgment call on, or, basically, a lot of the gorilla designs make me really uncomfortable. A lot of them come across to me as sort of caricatures, and even without the unfortunate connotations outside of Animal Crossing, within Animal Crossing, they do tend to give me a sort of caricature feel, so I'm just not gonna feed into it. It is as simple as that. Bringing it up now because Rilla's the first gorilla that I have pulled for these cards. So just, across the board, all the gorillas and monkeys that I do for that matter, all of their designs are going to be white as Wonder Bread. So with that said, Miss Rilla's design is okay. I already said none of the gorillas are my favorite design-wise, except Boone. Boone, that guy's pretty cool. I like him. But Rilla, I like her funky anime eyes. I always like Haribos. That's always a great thing for me. But other than that, she wasn't the easiest starting point. I tried to incorporate how each SANRIO villager was supposed to be designed to look like a fan of their respective SANRIO character. And anyway, Rilla had this really cute promo art that was it was really sweet and shy looking, so that's kind of what I riffed off of for this. I gave her this really simple and sweet looking outfit that I felt like encompassed Hello Kitty vibes. I noticed Rilla's villager nostrils looked kind of like hearts, so I gave her some Hello Kitty glasses that you might find at like a Hot Topic, and then I put those little nose grip thingy parts as part of the glasses, heart-shaped like the nostrils. Fuck, Jesus. And then I made the little grasses. Put your grasses on. I made the little nose grip thingies that you have on glasses. I made those heart-shaped to sort of be in place of her nostrils. Nostrils is a gross-sounding word. Ugh. Also, to incorporate her being a gorilla, I made her buff as fuck. I like to imagine that she's this cute, sweet little fashion fan by day and a club bouncer by night. I also gave her human design 2 earrings, since it looks like between her New Leaf and her New Horizons designs, they moved her earring placement. Why trade when you can have 2? In final details, I gave her these really glittery shoes, just kind of because I could, and a little Hello Kitty themed tattoo on her ankle to solidify her devotion. Next is Marty, the bear cub, little boy, bear boy, baby boy, cub bear. He's like this he's a little pot of honey, personified. No, personified. He's got the world's thickest eyebrows. His design's like really cute. I really like it. It's based on Pom Pom Purin. I think that's how you would say it. Or maybe Purine. I'm pretty sure I've done at least one bear cub in this series before, but it only just occurred to me that cub means baby. So this one, I made him a little bitty baby. You'll have to forgive me, I'm a mite stupid. I didn't have a lot of ideas on how to make him look like a Pom Pom Purine fan other than just existing colors, using the ones that he already has, because, Pom Pom Purine's design is already really, really, really simple, and Marty already has his face on his shirt, so I just sort of transcribed the Pom Pom Purine face on his villager shirt to his human overalls. But other than that, I didn't have a lot of ideas, so I went to look at his exclusive clothing that you get in the game when you scan the amiibo cards. Oh my god, it works. And since those clothes have cherries all over them, I took the cherries and I put them on his shoes and as like his buttons on his shorts. It's genius, I know, it's genius. Also, I made his overalls out of corduroy while I was drawing. I couldn't really figure out why I felt so compelled by that, like something just gripped me and said corduroy. I thought maybe it was just like, oh, a fun texture because they're brown anyway, so why not? But then, while writing the script, I remembered I used to have a children's book read to me about a little corduroy bear toy who was named Corduroy, the titular corduroy. And they're both equally squeezable looking, so as far as I'm concerned, it fits. This is the final b. Also, yes, I regrettably did get a second Switch just for Animal Crossing. I can explain. I was really stressed out and I wanted to play so bad, but I didn't want to restart my last island. I'm sorry, it was a bad choice. Etoile is next. I am pretty sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but I've also heard Etalie and Emily in the past couple days. Etoile is actually the one I was the most excited for. The first time I saw her design, it was in a Discord waifu bot, and I had never seen her before then, and I almost started sobbing on the spot. She is so cute. I didn't know she was like exclusive or anything. I was like about to start island hopping in the moment to just go find her. I then saw her in New Horizons and had to start crying for the wrong reasons. Give her scarf back. I miss when they had the scarves on the sheepies so bad. You don't understand. I miss their sheepy scarves. I felt so strongly about the scarf that the original design idea I had for her was I ended up completely scrapping it, like entirely. I was gonna give her like this big poofy scarf. I was gonna like overcompensate with making it huge and like some earmuffs for the horns and star decorations. I was also gonna give her those sort of like short overalls like Marty had. But I ended up leaning so much into the scarf idea, like making the importance of the scarf, that I designed everything after giving her a hijab, which I've never actually designed an outfit for a Muslim character before, so I had to do some research. Originally, I was planning on using more form-fitting clothes, like tights, but I don't think that worked out, so I made her overalls like a floor-length dress, and I gave her some nice loose sleeves. Looking up Hijabi Miku designs was actually really helpful for this, honestly. I love people's Miku sonas. And then also, Etoile is supposed to be like a Kiki and Lala fan, but Kiki and Lala, their designs are so simple. I guess all Sanrio character designs are simple, but because they're like simple humanoid, it feels like even more basic to me. But because like they're human designs and I'm changing them into human designs. I don't know. Maybe a cat wouldn't think it's simple. Like maybe a cat would look at a cat design and think like that's basic because it's already a cat. I'm overthinking this. The point is, I couldn't really think of a lot of ideas to make her a Kiki Amala fan, so what I did was I looked at her exclusive furniture again, and in the game she's got this little cloud maker. I turned that into a purse, and then I decked out her pockets with a bunch of like generally cute and Animal Crossing and Sanrio themed pins. All in all, Etoile ended up being the furthest design from the initial concept I think I've ever done in one of these videos, like on my channel period. But I'm pretty happy about it. I like it. I really like it. Chai is the fourth card. And at first, I really wanted to make her this cute little old lady. Since like, when I did the last video, I realized most of the villagers I drew were around the same age, and I really wanted to try and branch out and diversify a bit more. And I just thought in general, you know, like, oh, haha, she drinks tea, she can be a cute little old tea lady. But then I realized with Chai's ears that I really, really, really wanted to translate them into pigtails. And the cute old lady idea died with it immediately. Because it reminded me too much of all the 90 Day Fiancé I watch, where you've got these creepy older women that keep putting their hair up in pigtails, that keep chasing men like half their age. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. Chai is too sweet for that. She's a sweet little teacup baby. I'm not doing her dirty like that. So, I just made her a cute girl with white hair. I turned her teacup hat into like a funky shaped pom-pom on a beret, and I feel a little big-brained for that. And then she's supposed to be a Cinnamoroll fan, which I didn't incorporate too much other than, again, her villager form has Cinnamoroll on her shirt, so I put Cinnamoroll on her human shirt. I feel like the design of the clothing is kind of one-to-one. I mean, the skirt is just kind of pink. I thought it looked kind of teacup-shaped, but I don't know how much that translates over. The most I really did was with her shoelaces, I made them look kind of like Cinnamoroll ears. Extremely subtle, but intentional, so there's that. So all in all, I'm really happy with this design. I like it a lot, but I do feel like I've cheated everyone and myself out of cute little old tea lady. So I guess consider this my promise that whenever I get to Tia, whenever I pull her out of the amiibo card gachapon, that she'll be our funky little grandma. Next card is Chelsea, and she's very pretty in concept. Like, I like her in concept. I like the thought of her design, but I think her model, like, it's a little silly in execution. Like, I think her mouth looks a little strange, but, oh my god. Other than her mouth being weird, just everything about Chelsea in the game is so weird. Like, look at her house! Why is it so flammable? Conceptually, I like her. Like, conceptually, she's a bit of an attack on me, with all the hearts, and the bows, and the pink, and the green, and the fluffy Ugg boots. She kind of reminds me of how I like Delphox in theory from Pokemon. Like, I think you can customize Delphox a lot to really have fun with that design, but the actual 3D model I'm not a fan of. So, like, in concept, I like it. In execution, I don't. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm harping on this so much. I don't know if her pink villager arms are supposed to look like gloves, but they do look like gloves to me. And there's a really special kind of energy that comes with someone casually wearing arm-length ballroom gloves, so I tried to keep that energy with her human design. Instead of the collared shirt she has as a villager, I gave her a dress, and this thing that I kept referring to as kind of like a skirt, but it's a shirt, until my friend reminded me the term was poncho. I gave her a poncho over her dress. And since I gave her poncho the pink heart plant design, I made the dress underneath it yellow, like her nose, because I felt like using too much of that pattern would probably be like really loud and obnoxious. In the end, I think I cheated. Like, I probably should have done something with the collared shirt, and I didn't realize until after I moved her into my island that she's got this undercut, it looks like, so I could have gone way nerdier than I did with this, but I'm not going back this time. I'm actually already almost finished. I want to be done. This is what we got. Toby is the next, and also the last. When I first looked at all the Sanrio designs, the absolute first thought I had when I saw this very last Sanrio villager we're doing today was Gink Af. You can't tell me he isn't non-binary. I will actively plug my ears if you try to. I've already claimed him in the name of me. He's mine now. To capture the total lack of gender conformity I feel emanating from them, and to go with his funky hair pieces, I gave him these really long, fun pigtails, and then to represent his bunny ears, I tied them up with ribbons where the shorter parts were the teal, like his inner ears, and the longer parts were the yellow, where presumably he has fur, unless villagers are like smooth epidermal creatures. That'd be gross. I could already feel the oncoming, you know he's a boy, right? comments, so I just cropped the shit out of his shirt to show off their pecs. One step ahead of the game, one step ahead. I would be excellent at chess if I wasn't stupid. I gave him a flannel shirt around his waist because I can't help myself. I feel like I do that a lot. I don't know if it's literally like just comfortable thing to draw like inside my comfort zone with drawing, or if it's because it literally looks comfortable because I like wearing shirts and shit. Jackets? Jackets is the word. I like wearing those around my waist, so I don't know. It's comfortable regardless. I don't think the pants exactly fit with the original vibe I was going for. I don't know what pants I wanted for my original vibe. I wasn't thinking baggy pants, but I just kind of liked the silhouette of it. I thought the silhouette looked funky, and I didn't have any other reason other than I just wanted to show off his boxers. Again, I don't really know why. You ever drawing something and the character tells you that like, this is how I look, and you're just like, okay, you're powerless to it. He just kind of decided for me. And then since I made him so stripe crazy up to this point anyway, I just went nuts on the pattern on his socks. I went stupid, went crazy. And like, I wasn't in the least prepared for him by any means, but whereas like with Etoile, I had a really strong vision initially, and I landed somewhere totally different that I still really liked, but with Toby, I had no idea where I was going, and I still really liked where I landed anyway. I just had no idea how I got there. I was blindfolded. I passed go at some point. I will gladly collect my 200 W's for this. I'm pretty happy with these designs. Between with how happy I am with all of these final designs and these stupid tiny baby surprise cards that I have, the definitely cutest and least frustrating scam I've ever fallen for. I don't know. It's a weirdly good day, actually. And that's it for the Sanrio villagers. It feels really weird to be done with one of these videos so quickly. I'm used to drawing like 15 in a video, and I only had to do 6. Far be it from me to complain, though. This means I get to go to bed earlier tonight. So I guess with that being it, thank you guys so much for watching. Just a little reminder that I post my works in progress and final artwork for my speed paints early up on my Patreon. You'll get access to everything I post and exclusive Patreon-only streams that happen in my Discord server where you can actively listen to me talk about absolutely nothing while watching me draw. Or sometimes we just do movie nights. Those are also fun. All of that available for $2 a month, and $10 a month gets your name read at the end of the videos just like this. Thank you so much, too. 7 Rats in a Trench Coat, 8-Bit Anuki, Abigail Wargo, Accursed, AC for short, Adam Hedges, Adorable Kitten, Alex Demint, Aliens Queen, Ali Mocha, Anna-chan, Andre, Andrew Robinson, Anna Dog Platonic One, Anthony Garcia, Aravis Now, Archibald Anarchy, Arctic Sentry, Ariel the Skelligo, Artist number 580, Ashfear, Ashton Gross, Austin Helseth, Aswick, Azzy, BB Doll Studios, Ben, Benjamator, Berserker 102, Billiam X, Binter Winterboy II, Boring Studios, Brendan Bishop, Brian Bizdazeki, Brinamo, Buddy, Candy Babes, Carlos Garcia, Cat Dagger 2, Cheese Sprout, Chia Rico, Chiorio, Christian Pip, Cody Richard, Caller 3 Tora, Cooper Clark, Kramunch, Captain Cam, Rick, Kristaru, Danny Glitter, Daphne Jolly, Dark Soul 751, Dat Art Chick, Dead Tynes, Diane Lillian, Dirk Henry, Dia, DJ Cat Meow, Dojo Kid, Doodle Crazy Meg, Dragon Girl, Dracos, Dragoth, Drew Warren, Drew Dog, Drexa Gremlin, Dusk, Dust Munchies, Dylan MX, Eggs Machina, Embla, Error Fox 352, Ethan Gardner, Eugius, Exorcist Lilum, Fairy Armor, Fields of Starlight, Fire Newt 451, Furiel, Fusion Fire 53, Oops, Fusion Fire 35. Is that the second time I've made that exact mistake? I feel like it is. Gallivanting Galliforms, Garrett Holcomb, Genuine Hero, Ghostly Goat, Ginger Emu, Golden Rose Zero Monsters, Gravity Drop, Giltis, Gus Daniels, Helix, Hachiubi, Hannah Level, Higgs Maynard, Hikari Yu, Inferno Hurricane, Ingerlease, Isaac Boba, I Try to Fight, It's Katie, It's Daddy AJ to You, X Chilia, Izzy Wu, Jacob Goodwin, Jakey Jellybean, James Zamora, Jason Cleary, Jazz AMH, Jeremy Reedinger, Johnny Ariano, Jinx Nyan, Johnny Stars, Jordan Alexander Sanchez, Jordan Ripley, Joss Beasley, Junimo, Kale Astros, Kai Parker, Kana Yui, Key the Queen, Kibarai, Kimiki Miata, Kitty Freak, Night Mage 14, Night Maro, Coda, Crimskoi, Kurt Coolman, Kiger, Lane Swagmaster, Lemon Milk, Little Star, Lola Amador Locher, Lookalike Alagaler, Lucas Aaron Mullins, Luna Yoku, Luna Lu the Mew, Luby Z, Matcha XAAAX, Mad Dog, Madu, Maddie Just Some Pineapples, Madison, Makaru, Malochu, Mario Medina, Matsuo Tanuki, Mauricio Solis, Melanie Mocha, Melvinix, Mukichigo, Michael, Mickey On, Middle Z, Mimin, Mama Uni, Nemorphous, Nat Howells, Nate the Great, Nico Zawa, Nerdy Beast, Nightlight, Nico Starcy, Nils Orr, Nifty, Nyx Flames, Nobody Named Nick, Nomi Starry, Nuz, formerly Kaisa, Orion Horizon, Other World, Project Empty Reen 5, Peachy Mint, Phantom Bagel, Phantom Kiddo 2, Philip the Yoke, Plasm User, Prince B, Princess of Pastels, Pressy Antique Antiqua, Queen Sonoko, Rachel Metcalf, Ray, Rain Jake, Raquel, Raven Troll, Reagan Kindred, Realm Me Never to Be Seen, Rusuri On, Revelex, Robert Shoup, Roberto Guardiola Noriga, Rose Garcia, Rowan, Rubik's Cubio, Russell the Jimmies, Ryden, Salmon Pro 16, Sammy Sear, Sarah, Seb, Sean M, Shay L, Shinzaya, Shortcake Snake, Silas Bravo, Schooly Sweet, Sleep Z, Shmushy, Suli Soar, Ooh Woo, Sound Alchemy, Space Greek Arts, Spirit of Avalon, Spoofy, Square Heart, Starla Herman, Starry Night, Steel X, Stupid Genius, Stratus Winds, Stimphalion, Swift Chaos, Sydney Carpenter, Sydney Moore, Silver Shadow, Show Tunes, TV Island, Thalie, Teeny Tiny Draws, Tara Meringue, Tez, That Awesome Jude, The Laundromat, The Orc Cafe, The Scorched Blaze, Thunder Evermore, Tuthili, Triplestone, Tristan, Tropical Rouge, Precure, Uwu Musuku, Oh Wow, V Rogers Art, Velvet Sugar Fox, Vink Studios, Violet Cat, Weebulous, Wet Father, White Rhino 2222, Willem, Ryder Deli, Ziola, Yakumo Soul Queen, Young Nanners, Zachary Boards, Zelvis, Zephyr Christus, Zwetic, Arowo, Avery Michael, Cecil Avery, Chewy Ghoul, Clay Wilson, Ego, Failey, Gabriel Dick, Glasses Protag, Gracie Cake, Heckin' Stellar, It's They, June, Kanshi, Cayenne Pepper, Minnie, Scriblet, T Flyin, That's Bobby, The Legend of Alice, Ulrike Draws, Weasel Bites, and Womelsdorf Art Lauren. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Have a great day. See you later. Bye!
Not me.